What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and today I'm going to explore another side of Jersey City that I've never been. And a lot of people, they give it like a really bad reputation, but this neighborhood is called Greenville, and I've only been like one time when I drove by, but I'm going to be exploring the area on a bike right now and see what the neighborhood has to offer. I know it's pretty residential, they have different sections, and I want to see what it looks like, so without further ado, join me. So this is Belmont Street over here, and I'm gonna make it towards Monticello. And once I keep going forward, it's gonna turn into Martin Luther King Boulevard, and it will take us straight into Greenville. So looking forward and excited to explore this neighborhood and see what's going on over there. So this is Monticello Avenue. So far it looks pretty interesting. You know, I got well-paved streets, a couple of street art. Now we're just gonna head it straight up until I hit Greenville. So yeah, one thing about Jersey City, they got a lot of main streets. So you can explore a lot of districts right here, you know, and it's pretty walkable all over. This neighborhood has a lot of potential to become something. Like I see the business, but it looks pretty empty in the first floor. But let's see what happens when I enter Greenville. Even around here, we got some beautiful apartment complex. And the street is pretty much well paved, you know. They got some nice looking houses over here. To make a little detour over this street, because the street is pretty beautiful with the brownstone buildings over here. Pretty nice. I don't know if this is like the borderline of Bergen Lafayette, which is a neighborhood that I cover here in Jersey City. But it's also like a local neighborhood that I think it's worth exploring, so I'll show you guys in a bit. You can see how beautiful the houses is, kind of like the ones you see in downtown Jersey City. And here across the street is pretty beautiful, the architecture too. So, you know, pretty nice. Yeah, this must be the Bergen Lafayette area. But yeah, I got distracted with that street, with this street over here. But now let's keep back towards Martin Luther King and make it all the way to our final destination, which is Greenpoint, which is Greenville. So this avenue here is kind of known as some of the roughest areas of Jersey City. But I think just like any other ordinary neighborhood, you know, it has goods and bad. You just got to use your common sense. But look, they're paving over here, they're developing. So no matter what part of Jersey City you go, there's always development going on. And we got Virginia Avenue. I think where Myrtle Avenue is, that's like literally the beginning of Greenville. Gotta tell you, I love how well the street is with the lights, you know, the sidewalks. This is Kearney Avenue, I believe, then Jersey City Public Safety building right here. Then of course you got a Dunkin' Donuts, because all over America wants a Dunkin'. So far, pretty interesting over here. Let me see. I think within a few blocks should be the beginning of my destination of Greenville. And then I'm going to start digging into the neighborhood to see what can I find. So I'm officially inside of Greenville. So this is the Martin Luther King Boulevard area. So I'm going to start doing detours in a couple of streets to see what can we find here in this neighborhood. One thing about this neighborhood is that it's isolated from other parts of Jersey City. So in order for you to get, if you work in the city, you have to take one of these buses, Jersey Transit. Also, they got some areas where they got light rails and stuff, but yeah. This is like another side of Jersey City. While a lot of people, they focus in the downtown area, this is like a regular neighborhood over here. You see a main street with a lot of business in the first floor. Laundromat. Soon I'm gonna check on the map to see what can I find. Just made a detour in this street over here. It has a bike lane. And it's just mostly like houses. This is, you know, most of the area in Jersey City, so I'll show you ahead of me. So this is what you get, you know, so even here you can bike. Like I said, it's mostly family houses. A community that lives over here, and I think there's like an intersection ahead of me. Bergen Avenue is right ahead of me, which is the main avenue that goes all over Jersey City. And there's a local park over here, which looks pretty cool. Some of this local park, Audubon Park, which is surrounded by mostly apartment complex. Then MLK Boulevard is right here that would take you all the way to Bayonne. So I think I'm gonna make it towards another part of this section of Greenville. This is a place that's called Country Village, and it's mostly like residential houses. And if you go all the way towards the end, is I think it's called Curries Woods, which is also like another section, but they have like some housing authority over there. And I heard a lot about Gates Avenue, so I'm probably gonna merge all the way towards the end and bike around and probably check out some of the local parks, but you know, just seeing what's out here. So far, it's a really cool park, and they have this here for the heat, but there's nobody playing around here. They even have a plaza right here. But let me just make it a little bit outside, you know, the area to show you what's going on. And then you see the nice apartments, you know, but you can still feel the vibes over here. So my mission is to make it all the way towards Danforth Avenue. Then that should be a way for me to enter Country Club Village and check out the residential houses over that side. And then this is Bergen Avenue. Well, let me make a detour over here. Look at these houses, they look pretty nice. It reminds me of the neighborhood of Longwood in the Bronx, like similar historic district houses. Yeah, the only thing, like I said, many of my videos in Jersey City, they need to really work on the streets. They're pretty bumpy, but look at the houses. Pretty nice. And then ahead of me is JFK Boulevard, so maybe I'm gonna bike this whole stretch. So this over here is JFK Boulevard, and much nicer the avenue, you know, with the trees and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And even this street is nice here. Let me just do my detour around here. Tell you, the architecture looks a lot like the ones you'll see in Brooklyn, New York. Like similar. Let me just show you the houses. Pretty nice, you know, beautiful. And this car, you're taking over the bike lane. It goes up the hill, and then even across the street, you see that's pretty beautiful, the streets. I tell you, the JFK Boulevard area is pretty nice. Like I say, this goes all the way to Bayonne and all the way to Union City and North Bergen area. So it's a pretty busy avenue in the north side of Jersey. So now I'm biking Danforth Avenue. This takes you all the way to 440, and where the former Jollibee used to be, now it's a Chow King, which is a Filipino joint. So I think one block ahead should be the street where I should make my left. As you can see, it's mostly family houses right here. It's probably one of the most developed areas in Greenville section. But then, like I say, the next street ahead of me is where I should be making my right. I already can see 440 highway with the cars passing by. We got these houses over here are pretty cool. Now let me just be careful and merge into the left. For a strip mall here, they have a Vietnamese joint. Then a couple of liquor stores so you can bring your parking. This is like the only time I've been in Greenville, I think, to come eat around here. So now I want to show you some of the beautiful streets over here. And you can see what it looks like over here. Kind of like the borderline of Country Village. So here you can see, look how beautiful the houses are. Townhouses with their own driveway, even over here too. So they've probably been here for a while, but probably on the newer version compared to the other houses that you're seeing around the district. So that's pretty cool, you know, traditional American houses. Got more around here that are really cool. Like I say, super residential. The only bad thing is, like, if you work in the city, it's far from the PATH train, so either you have to drive somewhere or Uber to the closest stop or take a bus to get to your destination. And this one's all a little bit bigger right here. So it looks pretty nice and pretty cool. But yeah, it's pretty lovely and pleasant, this area. I say it keeps going, and it literally feels like you just enter another world. Like you enter another neighborhood, but this is also, you know, part of Greenville. And it says do not enter. This is like a one-way road right here. Like I say, mostly beautiful houses. And this other area is like a little bit hidden, a little bit like confusing to get in, so I had to study the map, but ahead of me should be the street where I make myself a right. And this would be also like another world, another type of neighborhood right here in Greenville. And now literally I'm inside Country Village. And the reason I know about this area is because one of my friends used to live here. So I would hang out with him in his place, you know, and his family. And I'm like, wow, this is a really nice area, but let me show you ahead of me. So you can see here, it's mostly a lot of beautiful houses right here. Compared to the suburbs, the houses here are a little bit close together. There's still, you know, nice houses, you know, for families to live. And they're pretty spacious in the inside, like, you know, compared to the houses that you'll see in New York City, in Jersey, they got plenty of other spaces. And then they go around the curve and stuff. Let me show you this one over here. See, I like how the houses here, they look like a different unique type of architecture. And they call the street Suburbia Terrace. It's really fun. The streets, they literally go like in curve side. But yeah, like I say, I'm glad I bought my bike. It's a little bit, I live in Journal Square, so it's a little bit far from here. And I feel like I get faster here than in the bus. Then here behind me is literally 440, so easy access to getting in and out of this district. And you just go on the highway, whoop, drive forward. And I think a little bit more ahead, they developed some new apartment complex, but they're on the other side. And I saw a couple of renderings of some new designs they want to build. So yeah, the only bad thing that the traffic is really heavy here in 440. It gives you an idea of what it looks like, you know, so it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna bike towards the end and make it to a part that's called McGovern Park. So it looks like it's pretty small, but I'm probably gonna make my way there, and this will be an area for me to get to the other side and check out the Curries Woods section, which is part of Greenville. So let's check it out. So you can see how this area is, you know, pretty quiet, you know. I guess people are in their houses or working. We have an idea what the houses look like. A little different than the other houses in other parts of New Jersey, but still pretty lovely and pleasant. And it keeps going straight. Residential streets like that. See, I like this area a lot. It's pretty cool. Here's mostly apartment complex. Brick buildings, this is all common here in the States, not just New Jersey. You'll see buildings that look just like this all over, so you just gotta look at the number of the units, so that way you know where you're going. So this is actually a little local parking area. Nothing crazy, you know, it's pretty small. But you get this, then you got the residential units behind me, the apartment area, give you a 360 view. There's a playground over there. And I think this would be like an alleyway that connects me to the other side of the neighborhood, so I'm gonna figure that out. So by the park, there was some stair areas, and I literally end up over here, connects you to this other side. I'm gonna do a detour here to show you. So this is actually Gates Avenue, which is also like a main avenue in this district of Greenville, giving you a 360 view. And where I live in Donald Square, every time I see the buses that says it takes you to Gates Avenue, this is literally like another world right here. Wow. The houses, everything, it's like you literally enter like another section. Got dead end roads in some parts. So it's mostly like private area right here. Custer Avenue right here, Stanfield, I think. And look at this house. Look at this apartments right here. It's beautiful, right? Wow. This could be a good place to live. I wish there was like a light rail or a train. This is actually pretty nice, wow. Like I said, it's like you literally just enter another world. Like I said, people, they always make it seem like Greenville is pretty bad, but it's also like a big section, so they have good and bad parts. But even I would expect them to have parts like this, you know, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna hit JFK again, Boulevard, and I'm gonna head towards the park. It's called Mercer Park, and the park is in the two townships. It's in Jersey City, and most of it is in Bayonne. So I'm gonna go over there, but that's probably the best area for me to shortcut and head towards the Curries Wood area to see what's going on over there. I only seen it in videos, but it's my first time going over there to check it out, so let's go. So I'm in the Curries Wood section, but I've gotta tell you, I'm literally kind of like at the borderline. Oh, behind me, you see a 63rd Street, and I think where the shopping center, I could be wrong, where the shopping center is, I think that's Bayonne. But I think that's a difference because you can see the road, how different it is. So probably Jersey City where I'm standing, and right behind me is Bayonne Township, which I made a video over there, and it's a really nice town to explore. So I'm in the Bayonne sign, and you see the buildings behind me is the borderline of Curries Woods. And then the tall building that you see over this way, that's actually Jersey City. So that's one crazy thing also about New Jersey is that sometimes, you know, the towns are like really next to each other. So maybe your neighbor can live in one town, then you live in another one. So sometimes they're divided by the streets or even houses. So that is something that's pretty strange, but it's normal in Jersey. You know, here they developed this apartment complex. You know, I think it's mostly houses and apartments, you know, for low income. You know, this is pretty common over this areas in Jersey and New York. They make beautiful residential houses like this, and they're pretty spacious in the inside. When I moved to Newark over 12 years ago, I used to live in a low income building. And I gotta tell you, the people were nice, friendly, the houses were pretty nice in the inside, and they did a lot for the community. And I think this is like a housing project right here. Also, if you go around Montgomery Road or Avenue in Jersey City, you got similar low-income buildings like this. Well, here we got some beautiful murals. Wow, I like it. Boxing match, you know, culture, so it's really cool. Now I'm hitting Gates Avenue, which I see a lot of buses that'll take you down here. And they have a nice bike lane, but I'm gonna make it towards JFK Boulevard. do a couple of blocks and there should be another local park called Columbia Park. So I want to see what it looks like if we get surrounded by the residential area, the houses in Greenville. So we're gonna see what's going on over there. You can see pretty comfortable that they got a bike lane. And then we got some nice houses here that are developed. Reminds me a little bit of Jersey City Heights. Then ahead of me is MLK Boulevard, and now we're going down the hill, so easy biking down this cliff right here. I'm entering Columbia Park, which is not too big, but they have a lot of vegetation over here. So I'm gonna see the trees that we got happening over here. See, just like any other regular parks, got the beautiful nature, the trees, then you see the residential areas surrounding it. So yeah, it's pretty beautiful here. And then I see the bike lane in this side paved, pretty green, you know, so let's show you what's going on right here. And look at the bike lane, super green, so you know, it's pretty nice. And here, like you see in other districts in Jersey, even in New York, they got the fountain that comes out from the floor, so little kids, they could go and play and refresh themselves from the heat. Even though today's pretty pleasant, you know, it's not too bad. Well, it's a beautiful park. Nice and local in the trees, wow. I like it. And of course, you got the houses right across. And people maintaining the park, you know, pretty beautiful. And here you see they're maintaining, somebody's raking the leaves ahead, so that might explain the sound. It seems like they cut the grass right here. So, you know, pretty developed and well-maintained park in the heart of Greenville. So let's go check out the other side, and as you can see, it's mostly surrounded by houses. No trespassing, so they're trying to maintain the trees right here. And then the workers over there, God bless them for working hard, doing what I got to do to maintain, you know, a neighborhood pretty nice. And I got to say, I'm glad I brought my bike and I'm exploring the neighborhood by bike, because it's pretty big and a lot of things are like spread out. So I figured it would take me forever by foot to explore, you know, the whole district. So, you know, at least with the bike, I could get from point A to point B and point C and see what's happening around the district. So now I'm going to go towards this way and bike it towards the intersection of Ferris Triangle Park to see what's going on. And then I'll probably make it towards Ocean Avenue to see what's happening, and then wrap up the video. It's been a pretty amazing day here exploring the Greenville section of Jersey City, and you know, it explains how huge the city is. So here you can see how developed the street is and how they maintain it nice and neat. They even have it painted like bike lane. A beautiful church right here. This is Greenville Avenue, and I guess it takes you all the way to other streets. A lot of the streets here in this area, it's connected, just like when you go to New York. Same vibes. At a Ferris Triangle intersection, which is just a little mini park over here. We're surrounded by residential houses. You can see it's mostly houses, you know, so nothing crazy. But now I'm gonna go towards that way and make it to Ocean Avenue. Here, the bike lane, and look at this building with the street art. I think it's actually a precinct. And then look at this. Seems like they developed this here and make it pretty nice for the community. And then ahead of me should be Ocean Avenue. I'm supposed to go behind me, but I'm gonna go ahead of me to show you a little bit of Ocean Avenue, then I'm gonna turn back where the cemetery is and go to the other side and wrap up the video. As you can see, they got a couple of business over here. The street is pretty well paved. Restaurants, you know, all types of cuisine, mostly Latino and West Indian food. There's like an apartment complex right here too. But yeah, you know, like I said, it's a different vibe from the downtown district. Just like I tells you, the diversity of Jersey City, not only in terms of people, but in neighborhoods. I do like the design of the architecture here. It looks pretty nice. Even this building looks pretty cool. And the one in the corner, it's the north side of Jersey City. I think this is like a better angle of what Ocean Avenue looks like. With apartments, you know, business in the first floor. I think years ago, I probably drove around here. It's been years, so I really don't remember much, but now I'm crossing it by bike. Here's the cemetery, what we got. See a lot of American flags. And it goes all the way towards the other avenue, so I think around here not much, it's just mostly houses and apartment. But you have a vibe of what Greenville looks like. So far, Greenville also has, you know, cool stuff to explore, and I'm glad that I came here. I've been wanting to come here and check out the neighborhood to see what it looks like, and really impressed. You know, I like it so far. It's pretty nice. And here's to be like the entrance of the cemetery, Bayview Cemetery. And it must be like, you know, it's pretty huge. And I had to make a detour in the street because it looks pretty nice. With the bike lane and all, the trees, the houses. And I think the closer you get towards Garfield Avenue, it mostly look like this, the houses. So they're pretty cool, you know. But I think I already showcased enough of the neighborhood. And, you know, pretty big neighborhood. It's pretty cool to look at. A lot of things happening here. So that was the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there. Everybody, God bless y'all, and peace.